Hey guys, Fargema101 here, back with another Pokemon Championships Battle VGC match for you. So today we're going up against Hydrio. He's bringing with him a team that is not super common, but definitely something on you we're going to run into at some time, which is the Torkoal Oranguru Erupt team. He's also rocking a Gastrodon, which is one of my favourite ones. A friend of mine runs it and he's absolutely wicked. And the dreaded Celesteela. So as a general rule, whenever I run into one of these, it's pretty much automatic to lose. This thing is a pain in the butt to deal with, particularly if you lose your counter to it early doors, which tends to often be quite a lot. We're bringing with us in Kano, Incineroar, Play-Doh, Muck, Roadkill, Chew, Mimikyu, and Falco, Drampa. So we'll jump straight into the matchup for you guys. So Hydro, that's how you pronounce it, Hydro. Hydro is going to issue a challenge. He's opening up with Torkoal and Oranguru, which I kind of predicted. I kind of thought that would be the way you'd go. That will maybe start open with that Gastrodon Celesteela. So we're opening up with Incineroar and Muck, because we can EQ away for days with Incineroar, and Muck carries Protect. So, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So Play-Doh is going to Protect. Incineroar is going to get a nice big Earthquake off here, but Oranguru is actually going to go for a Protect himself. And Torkoal is going to go for a Protect. So, unfortunately for us, pretty much nothing's going to happen this turn. Still probably the right play. If he was always going to be double Protect, then at least we didn't lose anything there. So, he's actually going to withdraw Torkoal this turn, predicting the EQ. He's going to go 8 into Celesteela, which is a really good plan in his part, because we did just stay in an EQ. We get the nice EQ off it. It's not going to affect Celesteela, because annoyingly, even though it's sat on the ground, this stupid thing is a blooming flying type. Does a okay chunks to Oranguru. In hindsight, part of his Wishing God just Flare Blitzed it. It's going to activate Muck's Figgy Berry though, so only with live that. It's going to put Muck back up to 4. I'm not sure how useful Muck's actually going to be in this match, but we do get a knockoff off on the Oranguru, which is great, and nearly picks up the KO, just misses it. But we knock off his Mental Hug, which is handy. But Oranguru does manage to get the Trick Room up, which is potentially going to be putting all sorts of die strikes with this Celesteela on the field here, because this thing can stall out for days. That's the biggest problem you've got with it. And so we're going to see Oranguru go for a Protect here. So I was expecting Leech Seed or Substitute from the Celesteela, because that's what you usually say. You're going to Protect with Muck. As we're just going to flare it straight into Celesteela. Celesteela actually goes for an Explosion. I've not seen that before in a Celesteela. Usually this thing just comes in and sits. I'm not sure how I feel about that play. I'll quite happily take some damage on my Incineroar and trade that for a dead Celesteela every day of the week, because Incineroar's going to live that pretty well. Yeah, so possibly a misplay on his part. We're going to Flare Blitz, we'll now go into Oranguru, but that's fine. But yeah, I'll take a dead Celesteela. That thing's gone, so I don't have to worry about that thing stalling us out now. As Torkoal comes back in, so Torkoal is back on full health, which means Eruption's going to do quite a bit. We're actually making a bit of a misplay here. We switch out into Mimikyu, because I kind of wanted to try and get Trick Room reversed if possible. But unfortunately, Eruption's going to kick in, and that's going to do a load of damage to Muck and break our Disguise. Yeah, and my Mimikyu is max speed, so we were always going to go second. I was kind of hoping we'd live a bit more than that, to be fair. But this Eruption is just going to body Roadkill to pieces here, so yeah, not the best play. We probably should have stayed in with Incineroar. We may have lived a couple being Assault Vest. Asmuk goes for another knockoff onto the Torkoal just to get some damage off. But we don't see an item on the Torkoal, so that is interesting. Muck goes for Protect. As we see Torkoal go for Eruption. Unfortunately for Mimikyu, that's going to be the end of days there. We probably should have Shadow Sneaked into Torkoal just to get some damage off, but yeah, not the best I've played, I don't think, at that point there. Oranguru is going to go for an Instruct, which isn't going to do anything. So, despite being down Mimikyu, we're actually still not in the worst position. We can get back into Incineroar here. We can get a free Fake Out off on the Oranguru. We should pick up the KO and stop all this Instruct shenanigans going on here. Get that thing out of there. Muck is going to get a Shadow Sneak off with Muck. The more damage you do, the less Eruption is going to do. It's not going to do too much though, as we see Eruption kicking again. That will finally pick up the KO on Muck, but Muck putting in some work against his team. Incineroar doing a good job there, hanging on again, although he's resisted an Assault Vest as the Trick Room finally ends. We probably should have bought Drampa ring, because under Trick Room, Drampa is blooming slow. But he's going to go out into his Gastrodon, so we're going to EQ here, because I want it to get some damage off on the Torkoal. I know Drampa could take that, plus probably whatever the Gastrodon wanted to do on the Torkoal, because it will affect Torkoal's damage output. We're going to Drampa actually outspeeds both these ones, which is shocking. We're going to get our devastating Drake Z move off here. Look how angry Drampa is. He's peeved. Yeah, he's out for blood. He's absolutely well annoyed at the moment. Maybe it's because they killed his friend from Roadkill. Maybe. We're going to get a devastating Drake off. That's going to target down and destroy this Gastrodon. I don't know whether it packed Ice Beam or something, but definitely couldn't threat to Incineroar, and that thing can live for days if you let it, so I want it back dead. So now it's Torkoal versus the world. You get to Sludge Bomb off, and wouldn't you know it, you get to Poison, which is about the way my luck goes on this at the moment. So Poison is a problem, because we did definitely potentially lived another turn and got some damage off. So we're going to actually be a bit cheeky here. We're going to EQ, predicting his Protect. So I could have just Darkest Lariated him, but we did die for no reason. But EQ will actually trigger Drampa's Berserk ability. And because we outspeed Torkoal, we can just roost up next turn anyway. So we're going to use our Incineroar to get a nice +1 attack on the Drampa. Special attack on the Drampa, sorry. As we go for this Dragon Pulse, which goes into the Protect, which is fine. Poor Arcane's going to drop to Poison, but he's set us up in a good position now just to finish this game off. So we're going to Roost, we're going to recover our energy back here, which was definitely the right play considering what comes next. So it's going to get us back up to nearly full hit points. He's actually going to go for a Z move of his own. I'll be honest, I was a little bit concerned when I saw this go off, and I'm really glad I roosted, because I don't think if I'd have gone for an attack, we may not have KO'd, and we'd have been in all sorts of trouble, because this may well have polished us off. And so we're going to see Infernal Overdrive come through from the Torkoal. It's going to target the file cooldown, but we should live that fine on the amount of health we've got. We have got a bit of natural bulk, to be fair. Yeah, we live on 76. We're going to get to +2, which is nice. So this thing is definitely not living another Dragon Pulse. We're going to predict his Protect though, and we're just going to go for another Roost, just to get as much hit points back as possible. We're not looking for an unlucky crit or a burn or anything that can stall us out potentially, so... we're just going to straight up Dragon Pulse his backside now, because unless he gets a double Protect, he's not winning. And that's easily going to pick up the KO on Torkoal, So GG Hydro, that was good fun actually. So first time we've encountered Instructor Angaroo. Knew it was going to be semi-popular. I don't tend to see it as much as I thought we would, but if you enjoyed that one, guys, please go ahead and make sure you hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the content, then please go ahead and hit the sub button that will appear at the end of the video, as we'll be uploading more content like this in the coming months. Make sure you leave any comments in the comment section. I'll try to reply to them. And remember, if I don't see you around, I'll see you on Battle Spot. Take care for now. Bye.